Right. There we go. My goodness, we're going to get brainwashed today. It's Three's Company 2. Do-do-do-do-do. And I found something. Look what I found. An old book. Yeah, an old book. It's a pretty good looking old book. I like old books. Hello, I'm Nunya. Just showing the book I found. Michael, hi. Not much. Just was hanging out in the oh my good lord, the recycling channel, the hangout session. But I'm all excited because I found this book right after I got done off the live stream of the recycling. It was recycling dumpster, or I can't remember. It's in my last watched videos and it's displayed, so you can go check it out. It's a pretty cool channel. It helps you with your YouTube station. Like they holler out some advice to you, things like that. Shout outs, kind of like what I'm doing right now. But I just forgot the name. But hey, man, got a lot. California, look what I got. I found it in the library in my house. It's Geography of the Heavens, and we're gonna get brainwashed. I don't know what's coming on next, but it was Three's Company, so I could show you the commercial. You know, that's like free advertisement for them, so they'll like that. So of course, you know, I can do that. But I'm gonna get brainwashed, read a geography book, and welcome. 3 birds and 1 stone. And shout outs to whomever I can remember. Just go up in my channel and check everything out I've been watching. You'll figure it out. That's what I can suggest. Because this brain, I wouldn't trust it. But I can read. That's for darn sure. So we're going to read, and I'm going to turn this down. I might get copyrighted for that one. I'm almost positive. If they hear that in the background for too long, you know, I'll see like one of those little things down at the bottom that says, copyright ads may appear. No, thank you. So this book, I have no idea. I just found it, and I was planning on going up live, but I was going to take my time, but then I got all freaking excited because this is the index to the constellations, people. And it is made in 1800. And I had this in my library. And I'm like, holy shit, shoot. I know, right? I'm like, holy cow. What do I got in my hands here? Jeez, that's like thousands of years old. And I can read it all and not get copyrighted. Because that's like old. You can't copyright old. Well, I try not to, Michael, because my grandkids come on here and I don't, and other kids may come in here because I do have some channels up there of kid streams, you know. Hey, Joe Info. See what I found? It's astronomy. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. I'm just going to see if I can delete that. There we go. Did I do it? Yes. Sorry. But I love you. I just don't, you know, want to make them go to school, you know, and curse. Family channel, you know, is keep it positive and happy. I try not to bring my own life and my own crud in here in my little garage. And I forgot to put up my backdrop so my grandson doesn't come in here. I told him, I said, I'm sorry, buddy. I wish I could play the games with you. Oh. But I gotta go read this book, man. So maybe he might come out and I'll just block it, you know, like this. And so if I do that, that's what I'm doing. And I will try to hold up the book every time I read. And welcome to your channel. I created this channel for this part of the community of positivity. It seems to be flowing heavy within this community here, like of recycle. Oh my gosh, let me see. It's probably up there in my thing. So we got Mrs. Green Thumb is live right now. So if you like to chill and chat with some gardening info and some other info, A Touch of Love downloaded. Sherry Spears did her medicine wheel cards. And I haven't watched those yet. And I'm sorry, Sherry. And I will get to that now that I got my computer going where I can hear it real fast. Because there's just not enough time for all your guys' videos, I tell you that. I try. But with books like this around, what can I say? It's pretty interesting stuff. And I can't wait to get my hands into this one. And I'm changing gears. I'm sorry to do that, but that's what it is. It's the flow of things. You know, that Hermetica, I can wait. I already know what it's about. This, I don't. This, I want to know. And I was going to get a book at the library, but then, you know, it's kind of like one of those things where you want to read something like this. That way everybody can hear and understand. And everybody gets it. You know, like, what is a Scorpio? I have no idea. What is a Pisces? And where are these astrological planes? And why do I have this app up? This is planetary thing that I downloaded because everybody in the chat room was talking about it. So I downloaded it, and it's supposed to tell me like where the sun is aligned with each constellation, I think they're called. See, I don't even know what they're called. So that's what my channel is all about, is experiencing this spiritual awakening of mine. And you can follow if you want to. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a bumpy ride. So let me get to these chats. And feel free to go up in the channels up above, in the channels, in your channel that I created for you. That's my creation. I'm also creating myself into learning these things. So if you're not creating, get to it, because that's what we're all depending on. We all need to touch that earth at one time, and like Warrior Princess says, and correct that earth and make it right. And I'm dropping people because people don't like astrology. But that's the way of the world. So here we go. And I'm just going to read just a little, just a tad bit, just the beginning here. Because I'm going to read all of it. All of it. I'm just going to read the beginning page here. Ooh, I almost ripped the page. That's how old it is. He telleth the number of the stars, and calleth them all by their names. The geography of the heavens and class book of astrology accompanied a celestial atlas. Elijah H. Burritt, A.M. Gradle enlarged, revised, and illustrated by H. Madison. A.M. New and revised edition, corrected in 1873, New York, Sheldon and Company. And that's what we're reading today. Now I'm going to get to these chats, and I'm sorry, guys. Do my best here. Okay. California. Hey there, Nanya. I am back again. And John T has arrived. Live stream. Hello. Oh. Sorry, I'm clean. I'll try to keep it spoke up for you, Michael, so you can hear me loud and clear. California says, hi, all. Michael says, cool. And blessings, all, says Joe. Michael, oh, my bad. Whoops. And Joe saw that. Nice score. Nice score. Okay. I get that. Let's check it out, says Michael. Hey, and Chill's here. Chill with Glenn's Music is a great place to meditate. If you haven't got there, try his flute live and just lay down like you're laying to go to bed and just lay there and enjoy that music. Because I tell you what, it'll get you there. It'll get you like in a trance-like state. If you like music, that is. If you love music. This is way cool, says Michael. California. And the book! Says Joe, all right. I'm just trying to chill for a minute, let people come in, because they might see the title. Since I don't ever like have a set time, like now, my hubby went to work. He's not going to be in the garage, so I can take advantage of the garage today. I like the garage because I can speak up and speak loud and speak clear and not have to worry about anybody and, you know, coming in or doing anything. But yeah, Michael, if you like music, if you love music, I would go check out Clint. And I'm dead serious. If you're having trouble with meditating, just lay there in his chill session, and that will help you. The flute. And I just lay there like the whole entire time, and I'll comment every now and then, I'll blow kisses, and you know, I didn't fall asleep, but I fell into the trance like 2 times so far. I guess I was ready. Hello, Michael Donnelly. Nice to see you there, or here. Yeah, okay, yeah, I thought I remember seeing you in Chills. Hey everyone, says Chill with Glenn's Music. So we are getting brainwashed with the frequency of Archie Bunker, All in the Family. Wait, come on. Turn around. Sorry guys. I'm trying. Come. Not doing it. Oh well, looks like you're not going to be able to see Archie Bunker. Because I don't want to flip you around and make you all dizzy. So we'll just start the book here in like 2 minutes. Just going to chill, smoke a cigarette, talk to my people for a minute that's here. My peep who is going to help me with this, because this is going to get really confusing too. I mean, I don't think this is going to be easy at all. This is like a study book, man. It's an old 1800. And I'm going to get something really quick. I did a reading last night. Oh, no. No. I brought it inside. I must have been looking it over. Darn it. I hate whenever I do stupid stuff. Like jumping on like really quick because I'm excited. Not giving myself time to prepare, think about it. But I'm going to have to get to that, huh? But I couldn't help it. My hubby went to work, and I was trying to take advantage of the moment. Seemed like it all played together. You know, I don't know whenever he's going to be back, so I got to take advantage of it. And we'll start in less than a minute. I feel this book. I seen it, and my eyes like lit up. I'm like, what is that? I seen it before too, and it didn't, you know, like whenever I was getting the Tibetan Book of the Dead, I seen it next to it, and I didn't even, just right over my head. I'll go get an ashtray. All right. Here we go. Preface. Maybe I should read all of it, like every single bit. No, I wouldn't do that to you. The rapid progress of the science of astronomy for the last few years have again rendered it necessary to revise the geography of the heavens and work, the popularity of which is sufficiently proved by a sale of 300,000 copies. 300,000. The editor has therefore availed himself of the occasion to make such improvements. It's real tiny. Both in the book and the maps, as seems to be demanded by the progress of the science and the most approved methods of instruction. Among these improvements, we may mention the following. The matter of the book has been thoroughly assorted, the most important paragraphs being printed in large type and numbered, as in most modern textbooks, while that which seems in the main explanatory of the more important portions is left in small print. Okay. By this means, an agreeable variety is afforded to the eye, while the book is made to contain far more matter and is, consequently, far more complete than it could otherwise have been. Let me move this cigarette away from this book. Hello, Fifth Wheel. I'm Nanya. We are reading a geography of the heavens, the constellations, like the Scorpio and all the astronomy and all that. It's going to be in this old book. And they said, nope. I love that. A new set of questions has been prepared throughout. These are beliefs, topical and suggestive, and numbered to answer to the paragraphs to which they relate. A complete list of the telescopic objects in each constellation has been inserted. Given the right ascension and declination of each object, with a brief description of it, and easy landmarks and directions by which it may be found. The references to telescopic views of the same in the new maps. The color and radiative magnitude of the components of the double stars are also given. The telescopic objects, compiled with great labor from Smith's cycle of celestial objects, will be found especially valuable to all illusions or institutions. Too much of that Book of the Dead. Having an equatorial telescope, indeed, they greatly enhance the value of the work for all classes of students. Several small constellations that were delineated on the maps, delineated, I don't know, but I get the meaning of it, but were not described in former editions of the book, have been described, and their history given in the present edition. Sorry, some of the text is gone. The page of the book has been greatly enlarged for the double purpose of printing for matter and in larger type. This is larger type. It's so tiny. And it's supposed to be larger type. Okay. Into a fourth scope of the woodcut illustrations. Of these great numbers have been introduced into the second part of the work adapting it. This respect also to the wants of both teacher and student. Still further to illustrate the second part of the work, the first map of the atlas has been redrawn and re-engraved, so as the illustration more and better than the old map. 2. Astronomy, not astrology. Thank you, Joe. I would have figured it out along the way. Just like I figured out about the tarot cards with Mother Nature. She's not a tarot card reader. She's a spiritual guidance. Spiritual. She's in spiritual guidance, not tarot. And she seemed to kind of get a little bit irritated by it. Not in a bad way. Just, like one of those things that she always has to explain that she's tired of explaining, Need binoculars to read that tiny oh yeah, Michael, I do. And Joe Info says, hi, Gwen! Had to do it. Jill says, hey, Joe! 2 entirely new maps have been introduced into the atlas containing views of 80 different celestial objects, such as double stars, clusters, nebula, comets, and C has a little and sign in C. Well, it's going to be backwards to you. Hello, Third Wheel. I'm Nunya. Welcome to your channel. I'm a channel that supports a way of positive living, and this channel was created for that style of thinking. Your channels are up above of all different flavors of this positivity that's happening within our movement. And take advantage of those channels because they are yours. And they are wonderful channels like Glenn, Chill with Glenn's music here. He is a real help to meditating, I found out, after 4 weeks of trying to get there. And then there's Recycle something or another. It's in my watch list. You can check that out. I just was hanging out with him earlier live and trying to pluck some people out of there that I thought were of a positive way of living. And so that's what this channel is about. And right now I'm learning and I'm reading the, let me go back because I want to get this right because Joe will correct me if I don't. The Geography of the Heavens, the Class Book of Astronomy, the Celestial Atlas. So yeah, if you want to take a look at all the channels up above, man, they're pretty good. Real good. There's I'm like all into this book, I can't think. There's Warrior Princess. There's Fleur Brun. They're both of the spiritual guidance of things. Mother Nature. Analytical Mystic is the spiritual guidance. They pull cards and they help the spirits guide you along the way. So if you like that kind of thing, check out your channels. They're all up there. Remote viewing, all of it. Yeah, go check it out. It's really great. So I'm going to get back to reading here because I'm all excited about this. Because I've been wanting to learn about the astronomy and what a Scorpio is. I'm a Scorpio and I don't even know what it is. And I like to know. So still further to illustrate the second part of the work, the first map of the atlas has been redrawn and re-engraved, so as to illustrate more and better than the old map. 2 entirely new maps have been introduced into the atlas, containing views of 80 different celestial objects, such as double stars, clusters, nebula, comets, and C period, whatever that is. There are all referred to in the book, and in turn refer from the objects back to the page of the book where they are described. These maps and the corresponding descriptions in the book will be found not only extremely interesting, but incalculable valuable to the student. Hello, Third Wheel. I'm Nunya. Welcome to your station. Welcome to this side of the community of positive living. There are people here like Chill with Glenn's Music. That's really great for a positive hangout session, and you can also use his music to meditate. He has a meditation session, and he has a lot of great music that you can listen to. He's all here. You got the Joe info, and gosh, I can't think of what everybody does. It's all blending in, and the only reason why I know Chill is because I hang with him all the time. In California, America, she was here, and she's going to be, I think, I read her as an artist, and I believe that she's going to display some art pretty soon. So be on the watch for her channel as well, because she's an upcoming creator, and that's what this channel is all about, is creating yourself, creating in your YouTube channel something that's positive, and we're going to change the world, and that's where it's at. And that's the movement that's going on. And that's the best way I can explain it real quickly so that I can get back to this celestial book of astronomy. Whew. A chapter of this history structure and the use of telescopes transmit instructions, and that little C has been introduced, a subject which every student of astronomy should understand, by one to which no attention will be given in the previous editions. Such are some of the principles new features of the present edition, larger type, new questions, telescope objects, new maps, new matter, and numerous illustrations, making it most perfect and complete textbook of astronomy ever offered to the American public. Ooh, like that. Contents. And it tells about the constellations, the solar system, and it goes of a list of December through all the months, and the solar system, from the moon, the sun, all of it. All of it. All the index of constellations is here. I would read all of it, but it'll take time. I could read the introduction, but do we really need that? Let's shave that. Maybe, yeah, I said we'd read all of it, didn't I? Yes, I did. I can't cheat. Introduction. Astronomy is the science of the heavenly bodies. Let me speak up. The sun, moon, planets, comets, and fixed stars. In entering upon this study, the phenomena of the heavens as they appear on a clear evening are the first objects that demand our attention. And they sure do. I noticed that last night. Clear as can be. It was eerie feeling, though. I don't know what was going on last night here in Misery, where I love company. Our first steps is to learn the names and positions of the heavenly bodies so that we can identify and distinguish them from each other. Ooh, little bitty text. In this manner, they were observed and studied ages before books were written, and was only after many careful and repeated observations that systems and theories of astronomy were formed. To the visible heavens, then the attention of the pupil should be first directed. For it is only when he shall have become in some measure familiar with them that he will be able to locate his astronomical knowledge and fully comprehend the terms of the science. Science. Weird science. For the sake of convenient references, the heavens were early divided into constellations. The particular names assigned to the constellations and the stars which they contain. Let me make sure you guys aren't talking here. Oh, and Chill did, I forgot to look earlier. He said earlier whenever I was talking, he said lots of laughs. You the funny gal. You have good energy tonight and none of your business. Sorry, Glenn. Well, I just realized, Glenn, that, that we can vibrate others. And you can juggle family with this. And you just got to make time. And you got to pay attention to the loved ones around you. I mean, really. Because if you miss out on that, it's very important that you don't miss out on that because, you chose it. So, deal with it. But you gotta love it at the same time. Because you can create that vibration within others around you. And I realize that now. And Chill says, interesting, the word pupils is meant as student, but pupil is also about the eye and seeing. Yeah. Thank you, Glenn. That's interesting. That's like the Mandela of deities. I wondered if that was the Mandela effect, people. I wonder if it's just that simple. I'm going to look into it because I'm curious, because that goes right back to the beginning of this for me. From the sake of convenience, did I read that? No. For the sake of convenient references, the heavens were each divided, or early divided into constellations, and particular names assigned to the constellations and to the stars which they contain. A constellation may be defined to be a cluster or a group of stars embraced in the outline of some figure. These figures are, in many cases, creation of imagination, but in others, the stars are in reality so arranged as to form figures which have some resemblances to the objects which names have been assigned to them. And welcome, Fourth Wheel. My name is Nunya, and I created this channel for a positive movement that's happening in America right now, or actually not just in America, all across the world. And there's a lot of stations up there, a lot of channels, that are full of creators who are creating in this movement of positivity to change the world. So, Pinky, we're going to try to take over the world. So join us. Go up to the channels up there, and your channel that I created for you, that's my creation, until I learn things like the stars. And I am able to read futures, and I am able to make a difference in healing, and I'm able to just go in 100 million places at one time. And that's where I'm headed. So, And I'm taking you along this crazy ride of this spiritual awakening that I've been having in this channel that I created. So it all started about a week after not even a week after I woke up, I was called to welcome you here. What chat are you reading? I don't see the names you are addressing. Lots of laughs. I'm addressing people who aren't chatting. Chill. I could see people coming in the room from my side, and whenever they come in the room, I like to announce who I am. That way they know what this channel is about, and they know that you're there for that music, that sweet, sweet, sweet music in a good hangout session that's lots of fun, that has some hangman, some good old-fashioned fun. And lots of other stations up there, including the people that are here, that I can't remember. I need to start looking. It's like all these videos roll up into one whenever I'm watching them. And I did check out Mandela Miles, Rainbows, and I haven't checked out Mike Donnelly yet, or John T. Cash in California, America. She's creating hers. She has playlists though, just in case I might need something that she's looking at. And yeah, just take a look at everybody in the chat room and check them out, and go up to your channels and check them out. You're going to have a great time here if you live positively. And I know that you do, number 4. Are you in Hangouts or something? No, I'm just live streaming, and I can see a little icon right here on my phone that says 4 people, and now it says 3. And then it has 1 thumbs up. So if I have any questions to that person, I can say, hey, if you can, and I don't like thumbs up, I don't care about it, but if they don't want to talk, then I can say, well, hey, if I have a question, you can answer it by giving me a thumbs up if the answer is yes or no, if you'd like me to go this way or that way. That way I can see that thumbs up go up if they want me to go a certain way. That way they have a say too without announcing themselves, because I know how it is to want to stay private. But then you want to have an impact on what a person's doing or what they're saying or where they're going with what they're doing. So that's the way I work it, because I'm doing this kind of raw, and I don't have much of anything. All I have is TV to get brainwashed, and right now we're getting brainwashed by, what's his name? Let me see if I can turn it around. There it is. Oh, darn it! That figures. It was that guy, Mel. How do you see them? Well, they just come up on the phone, and they're just like right there. Like now there's 5 people in the watching right now in live, and then I have 1 thumbs up. It just automatically comes up for me. So my name is Nunya, and welcome to your channel. If you're new, take a look up at the top. And sorry for the questions. I just didn't know you knew their names. No, I don't know anybody who's coming in. The only people I know is the people who are chatting. I can just see them walking in and catching with the live stream, and then like they'll come in and they'll hear me reading. I'll tell them what I'm reading, and they'll go whoop, and they're gone. They will go back down to 3 or 2 or wherever it was at, and it'll just like be gone. So usually that's how I weed people out. Really, is I tell them exactly what I'm about, and if they like me, then they stay, and if they don't, then they leave. Or if they want to, if they're interested, then they just go up to your channel up there if they're interested in what I'm saying about you or anybody else. It's a good way to communicate with the ones who don't want to be noticed, And I would always like that. It's something that I thought about. I didn't really want to speak up. Oh, I see. It's the number watching. Yeah. And I done forgot where I was at. Oh, we were in the introductions. Yeah, and I read that first paragraph, and I'm back to tiny print, so excuse me. Gotta adjust. These divisions of the celestial sphere here are striking analogy to the civil divisions of the globe. Constellations answer to states and kingdoms. The most brilliant cluster in 2 towns and cities. Sorry, it's hard to read. And the number are the number of stars in each to their respective population. The pupil can trace boundaries to say constellation. The names, the name all, and name all the stars. Sorry, it's really tiny, and some of the writing ink is gone. One by one, as readily as can trace the boundaries of a state, or name the towns and cities from a map of New England. In this sense, they may be truly said to be a geography of the heavens. Wow. The stars are considered as forming in reference to what is astronomy? What first studied? First step. How are the heavens divided and why? Why is constellation? What is these figures? In what sense may there really be a geography of the heavens? How are the stars classified as respect to their magnitude? The expedient of designation their places is the heavens. Oh, that's tiny, tiny, tiny. I thought I wrote tiny. Okay, let me go back because I kind of went and veered off to the bottom, and I hate doing that, but I had to. So we're going to start off with number 4. And I've been forgetting to name the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry. Or number 4. The stars are considered as forming with reference to their magnitudes. 7 classes, the brightest being called stars. In the first magnitude, the next brightest. Hey, Code 1111. How you doing? We are reading an old 1800s book that I found. It was right next to the Tibetan Book of the Dead, believe it or not, and I didn't even notice. And it was sitting right there. It's about astronomy and the stars and the celestial, and it's I'm reading it all the way through, and I'm hanging out and welcoming again. Great, thanks. You good? Wow, book. Yay! Yeah, I was excited. I was so excited I forgot to get things together, and here's that Mel. He came back on. We're getting brainwashed, welcoming, shouting out. 1111 is all about synchronicity. Go to his channel, find out it. I better not do too much of that. I'll get like the little red writing down at the bottom that says copyright. Okay, let me see here. There, it did it again. No, don't do that. Good Lord, it almost maybe put you in timeout. 1111. Great, thanks. You're good. You good? Wow, old book, yay, and interesting. Yippee! So I'll get to number 4 here. We're still in the introduction, so you haven't missed much of anything. You know how I feel about introductions. You know, they don't really matter. What the crap anyway. Lots of laughs. Yeah. You so make me smile. Aw. I make me smile. I'm in a goofy mood tonight. It's because I found this book. It was so wonderful finding this book, and I'm so happy I found it because it was really neat to me. I'm like, wow, an old book. And I looked in there and it said 1800, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Swine! That's the way I feel. Anyway, we'll go to number 4. The stars are considered, let me hold up the book. The stars are considered as forming. The reference to, like finding treasure, yes sir. Their magnitudes, 17 classes, the brightest being called stars of the first magnitude, the next brightest star of the second magnitude, and so on to the 6th class, which consists of the smallest star visible to the naked eye. The next 10 classes are seen only through telescopes. In order to be able to designate with precision their situations, imaginary circles have been considered as drawn into the heavens, most of which corresponds to and are in the same place with similar circles composed of similar purposes to be drawn on the surface of the earth. Ooh. This book is full of so much, so many emotions, and it's just resonating. I can't help but to go, woo! In order to facilitate the study of astronomy, artificial representatives of the heavens, similar to those of the surface of the earth, have been made. Thus, the celestial atlas, composed of several maps, accompanies this work. However, proceeding to explain its use, it is necessary to make the pupil acquainted with imaginary circles alluded to, called the circles of the sphere. And I think what I'm going to do with these like little maps and things, I think I'm going to copy them into that computer, and then maybe figure out a way that I could post those, or maybe make a movie out of it in order to get it to flip and mirror. I think that would be a good way to get it to flip and mirror, and maybe I can just, make a collage of these things, these that way you can see for yourself, because it is important to look at, the maps. So anyway, that's how I think I'm going to handle that. Back to reading. Oh, wait. Yes, great idea. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I was thinking, how can I do this with flipping it over? I can't just, take the phone. You won't be able to read, like the text in it, because it'll be mirrored. And I don't know how to do that on this phone to get it to flip, unless somebody can instruct me. But I don't see how. The circles are making me picture sacred geometry. I think that's what this is. I think I've seen that word in there, geometry. Geography, I'm sorry, of the heavens. Ooh, I shouldn't have left my hand. Darn. That's okay. I'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, we'll get back to it. In order to facilitate seeds of life, flower of life. Seed of life, flower of life. What is that going to be in here? Because I don't know. I don't know anything about this stuff. I see the constellations and stuff, like my Scorpio and I can't wait to dig in to see what all these things mean and what this planetary thing, this app that I put on the phone of whenever the sun kind of like tells you on what constellation the sun is on at that particular hour. I don't know what that's about, so I want to learn that because I hear everybody talking about it. In geometry with circles. Oh, okay. Yeah, whenever you take the little thing and you, hey, we used to do that in first grade. Sorry, I'm only went up to 8th grade and I dropped out in the ninth. So, and I skimmed by on the GEDs. Okay, here we go. In order to facilitate the study of astronomy, artificial representations of the heavens, similar to those of the surface of the earth, have been made. Thus, the celestial atlas composed of several maps accompanies this work. Before, however, proceeding to explain its use, it is necessary to make the pupil acquainted with the imaginary circles alluded to, called the circles of the sphere. Circles of the sphere. I think this is what you were talking about. The axis of the earth is an imaginary line passing through its center, north and south, about which its diurnal revolution is performed. The poles of the earth are the extremities of its axis. The axis of the heavens is the axis of the earth produced both ways, the concave surfaces of the heavens. The poles of the heavens are the extremities of their axis. The equator of the earth is an imaginary great circle passing round the earth, east and west, everywhere equally distant from the poles, and dividing into the northern and southern hemisphere. The equator's heavens, or equinical, equinical, looks like equinical. It's well, it's the equator of the heavens, people. Is the great circle formed on the concave surface of the heavens by producing the plane of the Earth's equator. Hey, third wheel. It's the third wheel is NMLB Gaming. How are you? Haven't checked out your channel yet. Darn it, I haven't had a chance. But I seen a game that you posted that I wanted to watch you play, and I think it was you, unless it was somebody else. That I'm pretty sure it was you, because I remember NMLB. Hola, hola. It says 11:11 to the gaming, and NMLB Gaming. Hi. You're so sad. I'm so sorry. We are into this well, you've seen the title and whenever you can. But it's about astronomy and celestial, and it's an old book that I found in my library in 1800s. It was that's how old it is. It says 1800. So I don't think I would be in trouble for copyright in this one. I'm not doing good, says the gamer. In gaming, our energy will lift you. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully, maybe you secretly want to know about, all this stuff. And that's why you came, is to listen to me read it, And I'm talking to you like a little baby because I feel bad for you. Sorry, kids. Came from inside, found this book, and I came running out. And my grandson was like, "Will you play video games with me?" I said, "I don't like video games. I'm sorry, baby." So I'm sorry I brought it to you. I didn't mean to do that. It's just a reaction to something else going on. So I apologize. I didn't mean to treat you like a baby, but just a natural reaction to what's real on this part of the world in misery, where I love company, and I love your company. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope you get something out of this book like I am. And I'm just sitting here chilling, welcoming people, watching, getting brainwashed, watching some Mel's Diner here. Having a great old time with the people in the chat. And trying to learn what we need to learn before we have to do what we have to do. And that's create, 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 and keep creating until it's time for us to touch that earth and make it better. Because, by golly, Pinky, we're going to take over the world. I could go Halloween. Nah, I won't go Halloween. No, we won't play with the buttons today. We won't play with the buttons today. Yeah. All right, well, I'll get to it. And then it goes back to that real little tiny print down there. And it says, a plane in which has surface but not thickness. The plane of a circle is that imaginary superficies. Super, I can't even read it. It's so small and some of the print's gone. It looks like it says superficies, which is bounded by the circle. So the equators of heavens is the great circle formed on the concave surface of the heavens by producing the plane of the Earth's equator. A plane is that which has surface but not thickness. The plane of the circle is imaginary superficies, which is bound by the circle. And that's what it looks like. It says superficies. Sounds like superficies. Superficies, superficials. Unless it's superficials and I'm seeing an L and I've seen an I where the L is, but I can't tell. It's so tiny. It's probably superficials, I bet, yeah. Now I'm looking at it, I don't even know. We'll get going. Did I scare off somebody? I think so. The rational horizon, or the rational horizon is an imaginary great circle whose plane passing through the center of the earth divides the heavens into two hemispheres, of which the upper one is called the visible hemisphere, and the lower one the invisible hemisphere. And it is the plane of this circle which determines the rise and setting of the heavenly bodies. The sensible or apparent horizon is the circle which terminates our view, where the earth and the sky appear to meet. To a person standing, little print, to a person standing on a plane, the circle is but a few miles in diameter. If the eye be elevated 5 feet, the radius of the sensible horizon will be less than 2.75 miles. If the eye of the equivalent 6 feet, it will be just 3 miles. The observer being always in the center of the sensible horizon, it will move as he moves, and enlarge or contract as his station is elevated or depressed. So I guess that's like this, and it just keeps doing that around you, right? That's what it seems like. A compression, yeah. Okay, so, and I'm sorry I'm not saying these numbers, and now we're on 8. The poles of the horizon are 2 points, of which the one is directly overhead and is called zenith. Ooh, like the television. 1111 code says that makes sense about that last passage. With the little tiny print. So we're on zenith the television. The other is directly underfoot and is called nadar. So the poles of the horizon are 2 points. So think of the sun rising, 2 points. So 2 points in the sun. Of each one is directly overhead, so it's right above the sun, and it's called zenith, and that's zenith with the 2 points above the sun. Right, 1, 2 above the sun, boink, boink, zenith. The other is directly underfoot, called nadar. Doink, doink, zenith, nadar, zenith, nadar. Hey, that's kind of like vertical circles are circles drawn through the zenith and nadar of any place cutting the horizon and right angles. Horizon circles are circles drawn through the zenith, right? Oh, wait a minute. Through the zenith is the head, right? Yeah. Through the, I guess it would be down. Let's see. Cutting or circles drawn through the zenith and nadar, yeah, of any place cutting the horizon at right angles. What? Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. Figure it out as I read along. I'm confused. Vertical circles are circles drawn through the zenith and nadar of any place cutting the horizon at right angles. Okay, all right, got it. The prime vertical is that which passes through the east and west points of the horizon. What are the poles of the horizon? Wow, this gets detailed, so I'm just going to keep reading. I think I get what it means. The pole, like the North and the South Pole almost, but not quite. The ecliptic is the plane of the Earth's orbit, or the great circle which the sun appears, is described annually among the stars. It crosses the equinoctial and a little obliquely, in 2 opposite points, which are called equinox. So the equinox, or the ecliptic, is the plane of the Earth's orbit, or the great circle which the sun appears. To describe annually among the stars. It crosses the equinoctial a little obliquely in 2 two opposites points, which are called the equinox. Okay. The sun rises in one of these places, or the sun rises in one of these points in the 21st of March. Okay. This point is called the vernal equinox. It sets the opposite point of the 23rd of December or September. So we have the March 21st for the vertical equinox, and the one in the September 23rd that just passed is the point called autumnal equinox. All right, got it. One half of the eclipse lies on the northern side of the equinoctial, the other half of the south side making an angle with it of 23 1/2. This angle is called the obliquely of the ecliptic. The axis of the ecliptic makes the same angle with the axis of the heavens, so that the poles are each 23 1/2 whatever degrees apart. Looks like degrees because that little circle sign. Hey, third wheel, I'm Nunya. Unless I already introduced it. So I thought somebody had left, and it was two. So if you're new, I'm Nunya, and welcome to your channel. I'm just reading an old 1800 book about astronomy and all that. So welcome to your channel. Go up if you're interested in stuff like this. There are spiritual guiders out there that are more than happy to help you out, and remote viewers and people of that nature, of the positive way of living, and we're going to take over the world with our positive movement. So welcome. And I'm going to get to reading because I got to take control of this world here and create my own, like I'm creating this channel. All right. And where was I at? Oh, the 23 1/2 part degree. This angle is perpetually decreasing, and the commencement of the Christian era. They just had to bring up the Christians again, didn't they? Well said. Says 11:11. They just had to bring Christianity into it. Darn it. This angle is perpetually decreasing. At the commencement of the Christian era, it was about 23 degree, 45 degree. At the beginning of 1888 or 86, 1886, it was only 28 degree, 27, and 88, showing the annual diminu. And it's such tiny print too. Diminution of about. Okay, let me reread that. At the beginning of 1886, it was only about 28 degrees, 27 degree by 88 degree, showing an annual denomination of about half of a second, or 45 degree 70.70. Looks like, because it doesn't have 70 doesn't have a degree behind it, so I think it is 45.70. In 100 years, a time will arrive, however, when this angle, having reached its minimum, will again increase in the same. However, when this angle having reached its minimum will again increase in the same. However, when this angle having reached life minimum will again increase in the same ratio that it had before diminished. And thus, it is cautious, it looks like. Thus, it will continue, there's like a little dot in the middle of all the text there. I couldn't even see the letters. Let me reread that sentence. Go back. Where a time will arrive, however, when the angle having reached its minimum will again increase in same ratio that it had before diminished, and thus it will continue to oscillate at long periods between certain limits, which are said to be comprised within the space of 20 degree and 42 degree. Number 10, the ecliptic, like every other circle, contains 360 degree. Let me check this. So we are speeding up. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And it sounds like we're getting ready to implode on ourselves, just like that negative energy I was talking about. Maybe that's the implosion. Think? Maybe I'm onto something there about the implosion of negative. You know, like if it's not grounded anymore, in the positive and negative, what would happen to the positive, what would happen to the negative if it's not grounded? Like if you take away that grounding and there's still electricity running through it, how would it work out? And I always thought the negative would probably, like the positive would just go and go out, with not really a boom, just like a blow. And but then the negative would just go like a big. And I wonder what would happen within that time of that implosion. Like, is that the correction? Is that the judgment of a person and their negativity? And it's cleansing it, and whenever it's done, and it goes like into a positive once again, and relives its cycle of learning. Like if it were, like a hunter. I always use this one because it's a great one. A hunter who hunts for sport and not for food, and he's wasting the food, and he just takes the head home. Would he have to go to another planet and live as a alien animal? I don't know. Just thoughts, thoughts that make sense to me. Because I always believed that we were energy ever since I was little. I believed in, like I seen this guy. He was on that Guinness Book of World Records, and he was taking the light bulb and putting it in his mouth, and the light bulb will light up from his own energy. And I thought, yeah, that's the way I feel about, my hands, and how every time I touch something, I get shocked, like a real big shock. And it would happen to nobody else the way it happened to me. It was like this huge shock, like I was just full of energy, And because I am full of energy, I am full of positivity, and I like to help, and I'm always, going and pleasing and doing everything I can to do everything I can. And yeah, that creates a lot of energy, and so I just thought that way. Healthy thoughts, says 1111. Hey, welcome to your channel, newcomers who just walked in the stream here. I know that you don't want to talk because you would have by now, but my name is Nunya, and I am the creator of this channel. It was created for you as a way for me to create myself. Along with that, with the videos that I'm doing raw, like this one here with reading the constellation. In order to do this, though, I had to go through the processes it takes in order to get there, and that's including going to the channels above. And help yourself. There's a lot of good people in there that will help you out with trying to find your way through this. Hey! So that's who it was. It was the little California America. My cat's like walking over all over my keyboard. I wish mine was like that. He don't even let me hold him for longer than 30 seconds unless I'm rubbing him and he's like stretching backwards, and I have his back and, I have him like this, like a baby, but he's like leaning over like all the way down to the ground. Big cat. I love kitties. I love kitties and I just lost my place. Oh well. I think I remember where I was at. I think it was on the little print. Oh, and 1111 says everything implodes. Oh, no, not that. I don't want to get. Thank you. 1111 says everything implodes. Well, see, how do you know that? How do you know that? Because I talked to the electrician, and he said that there's really no way of answering that question because, it's not an answerable question because you don't know. It's impossible. He was egging me on, like he was giving me this really good explanation about what it was, and then he continued with, yeah, but there really is no way to tell, so you're just feeding into what all the bullshit that I'm spilling to you. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. No, excuse my ignorance. Please, kiddos, do not say that word. It is a very bad word that you will get in trouble for in school. You will get wrote up and you will have to go through a big hassle. So if you don't know a meaning to a word, ask your parents always. It's always a good idea. Are you a number 3? What do you mean a number 3? I don't know. I love cats, says 1111. It continues to say after he asks the number 3 question. And Sheila says, California, America, yeah, my dog likes walking. Yeah, we all know your dog likes walking all over everything. He's like right there. He's there more than Maureen is there. What's up with that, Glenn? Magnetism, says 1111. Electromagnets. Electromagnets. I don't know. I'm new to this stuff. I have a numbers book that I did a long time ago with my name, but I forgot what the number was on that. It's life path number from date of birth. How do you figure that out? What is it, just the first day, or is it like the day, or like what, like the 1st through the 31st, or... You gotta explain to me, 1111. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm reading books, man, in order to get there where you're at with this knowledge. I have no idea. Jake is a co-host. Maureen is a periodic. I hope Maureen doesn't come on today. You made me huff it. Chill says, Jake is the co-host, Maureen is the periodic random guest. Day, month, and year added together? I don't know. Let me add that together. I can do that. And welcome anyone who's new to the stream here. 1111 wants me to find out my number, so I'm getting ready to do that right now. And welcome to your channel. Take advantage of the channels above. I did create this channel for you, if you are of the positive movements and the right ways of being. So what, I just add them all together? Give me 1 second. Okay, I got a 19. That would be a 1 and a 9. That would be 10. That would be a 1, right? According to the way I read numbers a long time ago, you would take it down all the way to like the core number. If I'd done that right, you would add, you know, like the month against the day against the year. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to add the 1 and the 9, right? No. Oh, I forgot to add the 1 and the 9, the 19. Duh. Sorry, hang on, I'm not a 1. I'm used to doing like California just labeled hers without the 1990 like a big dummy. Okay. Uh and 7. That'd be 16. Carry the 1. That's 1. And then 3. That'd be 9, 1. Yeah, it's still 1. I'm number 1, baby. Number 1. What does 1 mean, though? That's the question. You are a 5, California. I like 5. High fives all around. Hi, I'm Nanya. Those people who just walked in the stream here. Let me go down. Make sure nobody's chatting away and saying something they're not supposed to be saying. Welcome to your channel. I created this for you. Please do refrain from cussing. I have grandchildren that come in here and like to see what all the fuss is about. So please refrain from cussing because they could see that and bring it over to school, and then all of a sudden they're rode up. And nowadays they can get kicked out for that. So let's watch what we say here, because I do have grandchildren that think I'm a movie star, you know, like this is a big deal, like YouTube is a big deal or something. But I created this channel just for newcomers to be able to finagle this positive living way a little bit easier, because out there in the real world of YouTube, you're unable to explore these things without hassle. So I came into this YouTube community, and I love it so much with people like Glenn here in 11 Code in California, America. They all have channels and they're all creating. Except for California right now, she is in the process of creating herself, which is going to be an artist, I believe. That's what I see for her. And she's going to be posting those, hopefully. So keep your eye out on her. She'll be creating, and now join our team to take over the world. Because we are going to take over the world with this positivity and make a change. Because we are tired of it. We're tired of the corruption, we're tired of everything, and we're going to overpower this negative with some positive and heal the earth. On that, I'll smoke my cigarette, which I'm going to get ready to cut down. I'm going to be doing yoga. I need to find somewhere to go, though, because I've been thinking that it's such a difficult task that I need instruction. So I'm going to look up one of those things in a park, or somebody offering like a free class or something. And hopefully I'll find something. So let me get to these chats. And Stony! Cats will inherit the world. I'll get down to the bottom of the chat here in 1 second. I gotta catch up on all these, man. And I see lots of laughs, says 1111 about the numbers. And Glenn went on to say, what is the proper way to add the numbers, please? And Glenn Music's 1111 code, question mark, reduce each day, month to a single number, then add them all up. Oh, I did it the wrong way. What is, let me check on that. What is Brother, who are you running? I can't even read. What does 5 represent, darn it? Hi, Nanya, says Stony Baker, and he goes on to say, a good mom, how nice, thank you. 5 is communication and travel, free will, balance, cool. And Chill gives his numbers there. Don't forget to add the 1 and a 9, Chill. Right? You're supposed to add 1975, right? You're supposed to go 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5, right? On that. Cats will inherit the world. Stony Baker continues to say, that's whenever I see him come in the room. You will need 1975. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I make you a 2, but you can be 11, more power at Chill with Glenn's music. Cool. Chill says, oh, all 4 digits of the year. Okay. That's not my actual birth date. Good for you, Glenn. How do we fight corruption when each party convinces the other party is corrupt? You don't pick sides. You just do what you do, and they do what they do, and you create this positivity of creation and yourself, and you can handle anything that they throw at you from this point forward. And that's how you beat them. You may die, but will they have won? Do you want to die like the Indians who sat down and was captured and didn't give in to this corruption that is created here? I mean, that's what I'm going to do. And that's why I see my time coming real soon. If you land on 223344, then don't reduce. Oh, power numbers. I remember that. 11 too, right? Any of the power numbers. Yeah, I remember that. Stony Baker said, yep. But that's how we're doing it. And whenever we're done with our creation, whenever we're called, you go to that Discord channel. You download that Discord on Aluna Ash's Clairvoyance channel. She has a Discord app available for us. They've been doing this for a long time, people. You know, we gotta get in charge of this. They've been preparing for this. So this has been in these books for a very long time. And they've been preparing for it for a very long time. I think since the 70s, as far as my research went back about all this. It's not like I just don't jump into anything that it, comes about to me. I investigate first, see what it's about. And my investigation says that they've been preparing for this since the 70s. And that's the reason why the Discord channel is there. So take advantage of it, because the time is going to come where you're going to be called to go out in your yard and touch the earth. Just like Warrior Princess says. I see that too. We need to heal this earth. We corrupted it so badly that it is biting us in our butt, just like that cricket bit my finger. So, I mean, that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing. That's what this channel is about. Feel free to go up and see all the creations up in your channel. This is my channel. Is my show is represented in your channel, just to kind of be a welcomer and welcome you into this community. It's a very loving community. Everybody loves everyone and will help everyone. And I'm not talking gay love. I'm talking real honest to goodness tree hugging hippie crap. Oops, yeah, 11. The earth won't heal till humans are gone. I don't know. Because the earth is within us. The earth isn't even here. Interesting. I'm a 33. Ooh. Glenn, really? I remember that one being a really good number. I love trees, says Stony. Oh, I'm not going to get any of this book read tonight. Well, I got most of it. I got a lot of it read, I think. I mean, I do think it's time to take a chill pill for a minute. All these people in the room. Alex Fox Chill says, told me I was master. Yeah. Why do you think I came to you, Glenn? Which much respect, he said, didn't know what that meant really. You don't. Because you're humble. But you are a master in your own right. You're working your way really good towards it. I don't know if you are, but I feel a strong sense in you. That's why I'm attracted to you in your channel. Just like on Mrs. Garden Thumb that was on your channel. Stony goes on to say, I'll hug a tree anytime. Come here, tree. And 11 says, I'm done. I done a video on 33. You know, I think I seen that video. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. But whenever I was going into your channel to watch a video, I seen that video. I'm going to have to watch it. Because it did interest me because I like number 3. I'm going to go ahead and re-add my numbers. Make sure I got this right. I am an 11. That would make me a 2, right? I'm a master of my domain, says Smokey Baker Mine. His own master. I will watch your vid at 1111 code. What sunglasses? Oh, cool. It may surprise you. It may surprise you. Had to poke at the little mistake there. If you leave duality, then you will be 11. That polarity. What? If you can leave duality, then you will be an 11. That's polarity. I thought I seen that word in the appendix. Or the index. I seen that word somewhere in this book. I know I did. 2 is duality. Polarity and duality. I'm going to have to look that up. See, I know nothing about this stuff. That sounds good, though. Hang on a second. I have a bag with everything in it down there. And I didn't look in it because I didn't have my notes. And that's where I keep all my notes and stuff. But I still had my love book and my love numbers book. So I'm going to look up 11 and 2. Well, that's compatibility. Here they are. Number compatibility and inner self. Here's the inner self here. Number 2, the inner self. The person may have following characteristics: may be gentle, seems to be a follower, may appear to be sensitive and kind, a joiner. And the reason why it says it may appear is because I could be living in the negativity of this. When you see good or bad, that's duality. Oh, well, you're explaining it to me. uh, when you see good and bad, that's duality. If you just observe, that's polarity. Happy place centered. And Glenn says he'll be right back. Good to know. Thank you, 1111 Code. I don't have to look in a book, another book, and get familiar with another book. I mean, I'm already familiar with that book. I've done it a long time ago. Because I was curious about this stuff and to see where it went. And it did describe everybody around me. Those numbers did. And Lovin says, you're welcome. Thank you. I don't know if I should keep going. I think I'm going to finish the circle of spheres whenever Glenn gets back. I'm sure if he's here, then he wants to hear this. So I'm going to wait for him. And then we'll do the tiny, we were done with the tiny print. It said it's 20 degree by 42 degrees. And that's whenever 1111 says that it's moving faster. Like the expansion of everything, of the polarity. If I'm getting that right. I think it was the polarity that they were talking about, like the circumference of the circle is expanding, and it keeps doing this around the Earth, and around not Earth, but around the whole plane, around the sphere. It's a sphere around the Earth, around the heavens, and everything. around a bunch of zenith and ecliptic and poles, and talks about all kinds of stuff that I really need to study because I have no idea. Numbers are comforting. It says 11:11, and he goes on to say he's got to run because Deborah is going live on Wayne's show. I said I would watch. I don't blame you. Wayne is very good. Maybe I should get off and go see Wayne. Are they up right now? Well, you have a good time over there, and thank you very much for stopping in. And by all means, take advantage of the stations up above, and I will see you later. And I don't see him up here yet. Deborah's going on rain. I heard about that. I love you, being you. Much love. Mwah. Have fun. Be safe in everything that you do. I don't want to spit too much because it's an old book. Thank you, moi. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. I will see you later. Is Glenn back? He said he was going to be right back, so I'm going to wait a minute for Glenn. That way he don't miss the circle of the sphere. The circle of the sphere. Glenn, you in the house? Can I start reading? Not yet. So that was pretty neat. 11 and 2. 11 is a power number. I'm curious about that one. Because I don't think I did my numbers on my birthday. I know I didn't. Oh, this just talks about how sensitive I am. And kindness and gentleness whenever I'm in positive. Yeah, it just keeps going on, kind, gentle, loving. And it says, be aware of the other side, the other possible side to it. Glenn, you back in the house? It doesn't really have anything that 1111 was saying, but that might come in this book here. Never know. Because 1111's been with me through a lot of these books, and everything he's saying is coming up in these books. So he's kind of like giving me a heads up of what's coming, making me question it. And that's why it's good to do these live streams whenever you're doing analytics if you don't have anybody, because it does help. It does help out a lot with figuring this stuff out and questioning these things within yourself, because you got to swallow the pill on it. I've done told myself that I'm taking it on all the way, and I believe it 100%. And that's where I'm at. So I'm already in the process of a positive sage, really. I'm on my way, and soon I'll be an angel, and I'll be able to help everyone and be in a million different places at one time and help everyone out as much as I possibly can, because that's my job. That is my job. That's why my being was created, was to help. And that book there says it all: gentle, loving, and just full of positivity. And unless, of course, I'm in negative, which means it's a total opposite. And that is the truth. It's either or with me. It's either I'm really positive or I'm really negative, and I try to bring out the positive whenever I'm negative, but it just don't work out that way. And I seem to just crowd myself with that negative. So if you're being negative, it's just going to bounce around in your little bubble. Glenn, are you back? It's just going to bounce around in your little bubble until it weighs itself out with positivity, and your life will be crap until it turns out right. Or it'll implode on itself the way I'm thinking that it will. And that's your judgment. And that's going to be horrible. And that, whenever I think about that, it does make me want to cry. That's how bad it is. And believe me, I hate negative people. I used to hate them all the time in my negative state. Whenever negative people would come into my space, and I'm trying to be positive and trying to work it out. And yeah, think about those things and how you can implode on yourself for being that way. And you do think about, at least I do, because I'm an empathetic, and I do see things within emotions, and emotion of the state, emotion of the earth, emotion of everything. And it is overwhelming sometimes, especially in your positive state. So that's why there's people like Anya Tech and Fleur Brun, who can help with doing things, doing techniques that will help get that positive out, or help get the negative out and bring the positive more out in you. Things like banishing spells. Whenever negativity comes in your way, you can banish it. Simple things like salt in your kitchen, and thyme. Glenn, are you back, hon? We are on the introduction of the Circle of the Spheres. We are on number 10. And I'm going to go ahead and start reading. Glenn left. He'll be right back, he said. So hopefully he don't miss much if he's interested in this. The ecliptic, that every other circle contains 360 degrees. And it is divided into 12 parts. Or into 12 airs of 30 degrees, each called signs, which the ancients distinguished by particular names. This division this division commences at the vernal equinox and is continued eastward round to the same point again in the following order. So the ecliptic every other circle contains 360 degrees. Okay. And it's divided into 12 parts, each of 30 degrees, each called signs or ancient, with particular names: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The Sun, commencing at the first degree of Aries, about the 21st of March, passes at Burritt. I can't tell, there's a line through it, sorry. Though one sign every month. So there's a sign every month. Of course, we all know that. Good, I'm glad you're back, Glenn. We just went over the ecliptic and how it's 30 degrees with 12 equal parts of 30 degrees. And those are the signs of Libra, Scorpio, Pisces, and all that. The zodiac is the zone or girdle about 16 degrees in breadth and breadth, extending quite round the heavens, and including all heavenly bodies within 8 degrees on each side of the ecliptic. It includes also the orbits of all the planets except some of the asteroids, since they are never seen beyond 8 degrees, either north or south of the ecliptic. Zodiac is the zone of the girdle, about 16 degrees, expanding quite round in the heavens. Expanding quite round the heavens. Okay? And including all the heavenly bodies within 8 degrees on each side of the ecliptic. It also includes all the orbits of all the planets, except some of the asteroids, since they are never seen beyond 8 degrees, neither north or south of the ecliptic. Okay, parallel of the latitudes are small circles imagined to be drawn on the Earth's surface, north-south of the equator and parallel to it. Parallels of declination are small circles imagined to be drawn on the concave surface of the heavens, north and south of the equinoctial and parallel to it. Or they may be considered as circles formed by preceding the parallels of latitude to the heavens. So the parallel are the latitudes of small circles imagined drawn in the Earth's surface, north-south of the equator and parallel to it. The parallels of the declination are the small circles imagined to be drawn in the concave surface of the heavens, north and south of the equinoctial and parallel to it, or may be considered as circles formed by reproducing the parallels of latitude to the heavens. Okay. The Tropic of Cancer is a small circle which lies 23.5 degrees north of the equinoctial and parallel to it. The Tropic of Capricorn is a small circle which lies 23.5 degrees south Okay, so we have the Tropic of the Cancer, which is north of the equinoctial, and parallel to it. Then we got the Capricorn is a small circle that lies 23.5 degrees south instead of north of the equinoctial, and parallel to that. On the celestial sphere, the two circles mark the limits of the sun's farthest declination, north and south. Celestial sphere, these two circles mark the limits of the sun's farthest declination, north and south. Okay. On the terrestrial sphere, they divide the torrid front, the two temperate zones. The point in the ecliptic, which touches the Tropic of Cancer, is called summer solstice. I remember hearing about that. And that point is the ecliptic, which touches the Tropic of Capricorn, is called the winter solstice. I remember hearing about summer and winter solstice. Go back. Who's all here and who left? I seen somebody leave. Check your chat, says Glenn. Try and tell you I'm back. Anya is a beautiful soul, says Glenn. Yes, she is. And he goes on to say, sorry, had to finish uploading a video. It's up now. A new one you may enjoy. Cool. I can't wait to see it. Thank you for letting me know. That's cool. I'm just going to grab something. It's getting chilly. Woo-hoo. Oh, sorry about that. Hi, I'm Nanya. Welcome to your channel here that I created for you in a positive movement sort of way. I came about doing it. I came into this spiritual awakening that kind of uplifted me into believing that our powers are real, definitely, and all the things that I've experienced in my life of having healing powers is real, and I'm taking you on an adventure of experiencing that through these raw videos. And this is one of those. We're reading about the astronomy and how it works, I guess, maps and all that good stuff. It's an 1800 book. I'm sure it's not in your local library. Very hard to come by these books. So enjoy. I'm glad I was able to find it and share it with the community. But if you're not in that kind of flavor, there's other flavors up above, soul foods and music. Chill with Glenn just posted up something here just a while ago on his channel. And he plays some music and he hangs and he chills with people. It's really a nice time. Plays Hangman, old school stuff. And they're gone. Nope. But Chill, if you wanted to leave, you can leave. I don't expect you to sit here and you probably know all this stuff, I'm sure that you do. But I can barrel my way through it, on my own. I don't, So if you have other things, I know that you're very, very busy. You don't have to sit here with me if you don't want to. But I am going to take a small little break because that's quite extensive learning. All those things. That's a lot of learning. A lot of stuff. The winter solstice I'm on. I'm on the winter solstice. And the astronomy book here that I found. It's an old 1800 book. 1880s. And they said, nope. I'm gone. But to you, the second wheel here, it's not saying anything. I just wanted to address you and welcome you. I created this channel just for people of positivity, and if you like that kind of thing, there's lots of people up above. There's spiritual guiders and remote viewers and gamers and just all sorts of creations in there, because that's what we're doing. We're going through this positive moment, a positive movement that's going to sweep the world, and we're all going to take over the world. Ha 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 ha! I got to do that for Halloween because it's a cool saying for Halloween, and I love it. I actually do have to check on Maureen. She's working on a few things. Maybe back soon if you are still here. I may go over to Wayne's channel because he has on Deborah. I forgot all about that. Let's see if he's up now. And Glenn, I hope you have a wonderful night. Yeah, he is up. And he's talking about Friday Night Live, magic, alchemy, philosophy. That sounds really good. That sounds really, really, really good. I tell you what, I'm going to stop here. Go listen to what Wayne has to say. And because I have a feeling whatever it is going to be good. I just got this tingle. So I'm going to follow that now and go see what's up. And I advise you to follow me over to Wayne's channel, our Wayne Steiger. He's talking about alchemy right now. Very interesting subject. Okay, thanks, Nunya. Can drop a link to Wayne for me? It's in your channels right above. So just go in the channel here and just go right above. He's actually featured as one of the 6 masters that I found so far. Masters of the art, not masters of the beings, people. Just so let me get that straight. It's a master of the art of positivity. It's very hard to construct and to maneuver in this life. And these people up in this channel will help you out with doing that. Okay, cool, says Glenn. And Wayne would be one of those to help you out through this. So I'm going to go over there to Wayne's live and watch our Wayne Steiger and check his alchemy out he's talking about right now. He's live right now. And you can find that in my feature channels, or in the feature channels on your channel of our 6 masters who have mastered the art of the positivity movement. So please feel free to go check him out, and I will see you after he gets done. I will come back and get this done, get at least a good portion of it done, and chill and hang, you know. So at that, I will bid you adieu. Meet me over at our Wayne Steiger. There's going to be lots of people in the chat room. Good vibes, people. That's good meditation stuff. You can just put your hand over the phone and feel that love, and that's meditation within itself. We are creating ourselves. Feel free to look at the channels above to find out how that creation works, and maybe you might be able to do something within your own channel for us to look at so that we can keep growing this creative love. And that's just the way it is, and I hope you all have fun, be safe, and everything that you do. That's what I think of all that. Just love it. And I will see you over at our Wayne Steiger. He's in the featured channels on your channel here. Have a good one, and I'll be back soon.